Hello and welcome to this video. My name is Mary Amondo, in charge of training and career advisory services here at Corporate Staffing. And today I am joined by Evelyn Barasa, one of the interview coaches that we have here at Corporate Staffing Services, also a career advisor. She will be joining me in this discussion as we look at how best to politely request or ask for a salary increment in the position where you are at. This is where most professionals have been stuck for quite a long time because they either avoid this conversation or they don't know, they struggle with how best can I go about it. Thank you so much, Evelyn, for joining me.
Thank you, Mary, for having me.
Great. I'm even wondering, what is the best time to bring up this conversation with my potential employer about salary increment?
Oh, great, Mary. Now, the best time, it's actually, timing is very, very important when it comes to salary increment. So you cannot just bring it up anytime, but it is important to bring up this conversation during a performance review. You can also bring it up when you're discussing new roles with either your CEO, your manager, your boss, yeah? Or you can also bring up this conversation when you have achieved a milestone, yeah? A significant milestone. So at this point, it is now your time to come up and say, I would want a salary increment. And basically, this will show that you are actually bringing value to the company and you deserve a salary increment.
I like the way you've put it. I want a salary increment.
Yes.
I know most professionals perhaps could be stuck in their career, not because they are not competent or for whichever reason, but because they don't know how best to go about having this conversation. So how can I politely seek for a salary increment from my employer?
Yes, Mary. Now, when you're coming to this conversation about salary increment, you really need to approach it politely and professionally. You really have to be careful when you're going about it so that you don't mess yourself up. So first of all, how to do this is you have to express your appreciation for that opportunity. Yeah, that just shows that you're already in that position and you appreciate the employer for just giving you that position. That is the first thing. And then secondly, you can highlight your contributions to that organization. It can also be the achievements that you've brought about in that organization and how have they even impacted that organization positively. And then now you can present your case for salary increment, and this should be based on the market research, your skills, and the value that you're bringing to the organization, which is the most important aspect when it comes to you negotiating for that salary increment, Mary.
So I look at the major contributions I've been able to make so far in the role that I have been in.
Very important.
And of course, numbers don't lie. Right. So even the HR, they can be able to see the progress, how it has been. Great. Someone is watching and perhaps they are struggling with confidence, or nervousness, anxiety, whenever this subject, just the thought of having such a conversation. What advice would you have for such a person?
Well, being nervous on how to go about this salary negotiation increment, it's normal, yeah? So the first thing you need to do is, first of all, practice your negotiation skills beforehand. Be in that position so that you can be able to persuade well that employer, yeah, because that is the most important thing. If you're not able to persuade, then trust you, it might not even go through. So you really need to practice beforehand how to go about that negotiation, salary increment. And then once you've done that, you can now bring in your contributions. What have you done? The most important thing is you talking about your contribution, your achievements, and how have they impacted the organization. Yeah, the way you talked about numbers, it is very, very important. You also need to highlight that so that the CEO, the manager can be able to say, wow, we can see Mary is bringing this on board, and they've probably been with us since scratch, and here's where we are at. So they want to see the milestone that you've made. How has it been like? So that you can be in a position now to talk about salary increment. What value are you bringing to the table? That is the question that you need to ask yourself before you even step out and go start discussing about this salary increment.
And sometimes I know the employer may even look at it from the point of, to what extent have you been able to
Yes.
take up added responsibilities?
Yes.
What have you been able to do beyond, over and
Right.
above your normal
Right.
tasks?
Yes, yes.
Interesting. And I know no employer wants to pay more.
Right, yeah.
So negotiation skills really comes in
Yes,
handy.
yes, yeah.
Yeah. And just like in public speaking, I normally say everyone can speak, but the question is, are you persuading?
Right.
So persuasion is very key in this such kind of conversations.
Yes, Mary, yes, Mary.
Thank you so much, Evelyn, for sharing with us.
You're welcome. Thank you also, Mary, for having me here.
Great.
Okay.
Indeed, persuasion skill, or rather negotiation skill, is very key for you to have in order to be able to work on your confidence and just to make your employer, who already knows the milestones that you've been able to make within the organization, to really feel you are worth the increment that you are seeking for. So here at Corporate Staffing Services, this is part of what we do during interview coaching, just to package you well on how best you can be able to have such conversations, whether you're already on the job and you're seeking for an increment, or you are looking for you're going for that interview, and definitely this is going to be part of the discussion. We look forward to seeing you in the next video. Of course, we encourage you to subscribe to this channel so that you get more of such insights when it comes to interviews. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video.